Leicester City looking to make club history today with a fourth successive win at the start of a new season for the first time. It didn't begin particularly well here on day one against Coventry, but inspired by Kiernan Dewsbury Hall that day, Leicester have done all that anyone could ask results-wise under their new manager Enzo Maresca. The carrot of even toppling the table today is also there this afternoon for the Foxes. Two new managers to English football, one with a 100% record, the other from Cardiff still looking for his first win in the Championship. Well, just two changes this week for Leicester boss Enzo Maresca. Keeper Mads Hermansson has recovered from the quad injury that kept him out of the last two games. Jakub Stolarczyk moves to the bench. In midfield, Wilfred Ndidi is in for Dennis Pratt, who's not in the 20-man squad today. New signing Cesare Cashade on a season's loan from Chelsea starts on the bench, and Ricardo captains the side. Well, Cardiff City have their skipper back after injury. Joe Rawls, who made his Cardiff debut 12 years ago, has trained the past couple of days and is fit to go this afternoon. Two of the three changes are in defence, with Marlon Romeo and Jamilo Collins coming in for Perry Ng and Carlin Grant. Keeper Alex Runarsson signed on loan from Arsenal yesterday, and Molado Silopidis, who also joined yesterday from Trabzonspor, are both on the bench. Well, it's played 3-1-3 for Leicester City, but you feel there's a little bit more in the tank for them. They've done all you can in terms of results, but you feel with all these new players that they've got and the new style that's being implemented, the only way is up for Leicester City. Cardiff will be hoping that they can put something together here today. They've got a lot of new faces in their lineup. They are under a transfer ban at the moment, but they are able and have brought in quite a few players on loan, and also with free transfers, among them Aaron Ramsey, who's not the skipper despite his status. That goes to Joe Rawls. Leicester City comfortable in possession, and I think we're going to see a lot of this season that being the case, building from the back and taking care of the ball, Matt.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just as you say that, crossfield pass from Faz, the diagonal hooks it out of play, goes outside of the pitch before the halfway line, actually nearly hitting manager Enzo Maresca.
Faz. Ndidi ahead of the ball, a new role maybe for him this season. The manager spoke this week about how he wants his box-to-box players to score goals, to arrive late in the penalty area. Ndidi was one of those ones he mentioned. A player who's not been renowned for his goal scoring, to put it mildly. 6.5 years at Leicester, he's scored just 7 league goals so far, but he has scored in the cup already, and maybe we're going to see a different role for him this season. In the penalty area now, hoping to get a pull back, and indeed he does get the ball there. Iheanacho in the penalty area, coming short. Iheanacho onto that left foot. Oh, it's hit the post. Lovely effort from the Leicester striker. Keeper was beaten. Just didn't get the fortune of finding the back of the net.
Well, he has that ability, Iheanacho. Thought he'd almost forced a corner in the follow-up, but a goal kick has been given.
Here's Wintle for Cardiff, looking to progress on a really disappointing season that saw them finish in 21st position. We've got bodies in the penalty area here, and Egbu is there. Maybe should have done a little bit better with that header. Well, he scored 2 goals in 2 games so far, Ike Egbu, but off target there.
Well, it was a concern as soon as the ball left the foot of the deliverer.
Teed up towards the back post. Doyle got something on it. rolls into Wintle. Bowler popping up on that far side. Leicester with opportunities to counter-attack here. Marçal. Off goes Ndidi. Mavididi, I should say.
It was good play from, cleared initially by Mavididi, out to Iheanacho. Iheanacho showing his strength, brushing off the challenge from Cardiff defender, trying to track back.
Iheanacho goes ahead of the ball. Mavididi this side as well. Plenty of blue in front of man on the ball at the moment, Pereira. Ricardo Pereira finding Fass. Marçal. Dewsbury Hall, edge of the area. This is Iheanacho, who's already hit the post once, and onto that left foot again. Thought he was going to pull the trigger. He might this time. Deflection. Well, the goalkeeper was scrambling and happy to see it go behind for a corner.
Well, he looks the main threat, doesn't he? Up to now, had that super strike that just drifted onto the far post when it looked like it was going to the back of the net, but they're twisting and turning, trying to just create that space for that strike. Eventually got it, but dogged, determined defending by Cardiff again. Most of his work today has been sort of from a defensive point of view, and he's covering players and shutting off passes and angles, and hasn't been able to get on the ball too much. And for a player like him at his stage of his career, he don't really want to be doing that, does he? But fair play to him, he's given it a good crack.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when players did used to go through the divisions because they didn't earn a lot of money, as even top internationals, the likes of George Best and Bobby Moore, playing for Fulham in front of 10,000 in the League Two.
Rodney Marsh. Remember, I used to go and watch them. What a duo those two were. Unbelievable.
Here's Mavididi going into the area, wants the penalty, ref waves it away. Graham Scott having none of it, but Mavididi is looking the possible source of this first goal for Leicester City down this left-hand side. He's run at the full-back. His pace is causing the problems, and oh, that's a heavy pass. Otherwise, he might have been in again there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Dewsbury Hall was thinking there, but fired that pass in. It was never going to be controllable. Let me have a look at the replay. Round one side and run the other of the defender. Not enough in it for me. Iheanacho again forcing a shot with a corner after a good block, but chances at a premium, really.
Well, Leicester have certainly had a fair few corners this afternoon. Dewsbury Hall going across. I feel he got his range. He stuck one at the near post that caused problems for Anik, more due to a lack of communication. And then it was a deeper one second time round.
A bit of variation needed from Leicester's play. I think they've been picking it out wide, but Ndidi sort of taking it upon his shoulders there to make the run, try and stretch the defence rather than playing in front of them all the time.
Near post it goes. And a shot comes in. Oh, what a strike! What a goal! Wanya Marçal. Fabulous effort. And Leicester lead. And the young man has his first goal for Leicester City. And what a goal!
Have some of that. I think he's been a little bit hit and miss in his debut last week and today up to now, but he certainly presented himself on the scene officially there, hasn't he? What a strike. It was just, do you know, it's probably what he needed a little bit. I thought he was a little bit hesitant up against his opponent there with Collins. It is the left back failing to get round him either inside or out, and that ball just fell nicely to him. A slightly awkward angle, you have to say. It just flew, didn't it? Just unleashed it.
Yeah, lovely sweet connection. And that's maybe set them clear. Mavididi! Oh, good stop by the goalkeeper. Dewsbury Hall Leicester really pushing for a second here, but it just runs away from him.
Oh, what an opportunity that was. Cardiff seemingly a little bit stunned, understandably so, rattled by Madavidua's strike. Concentration slipping. Avadidi cutting in from the left-hand side. Little give and go was it with Dewsbury Hall. You've got to tuck that away, Rick. Leicester looking extremely dangerous all of a sudden, sort of woken from their slumber with that Madavidua strike.
Enzo Maresca has his first goal in the first half in the Championship. Sure, it won't change his half-time team talk, whether it was 0-0 or 2-0 as it might have been a couple of moments ago. It's all about the process, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Maresca is, you know, in games before, in Coventry in particular, they went 1-0 down, didn't panic, didn't want his players to panic. So keep playing the same way. Don't start scrambling because there's only 20 minutes to go and you're still a goal behind. Don't go away from the ethics that you have, if you like, and certainly paid off on that occasion. Not to say it always will, but you're right. I think he'll have mixed views, I think, in this first half, because obviously it puts a nice tint on things, doesn't it? That strike from Madavidua, and who knows what's to come in the remaining 6 minutes or so.
Marcel is buzzing at the moment, isn't he? Part of this attack, trying to find Iheanacho, and the shot will come in. Scrambled away. Dewsbury Hall so nearly getting his third goal at the King Power this season, but for the fingertips of Anik.
Well, it was looking relatively stale, wasn't it? A matter of, what, 4 minutes ago? Leicester could have had 3 goals in that period. Just got the one. Well, elementary mistake there, wasn't it? Dewsbury Hall, especially the clock as it is, as you mentioned. You don't want to be giving Cardiff any sort of sniff before half-time.
The shot will come in. Oh, what a strike! That's an unbelievable goal. Goalkeeper didn't have a sniff, and Aaron Ramsey, back in his favoured blue, goes towards those supporters. Some will be old enough to remember the last time he did it for Cardiff City. There'll be a whole generation who've never seen that, and that's what it means to him. That's one of the reasons he came back. And Cardiff, who look to be hanging on going up to half-time, have scored a wonder goal from Aaron Ramsey.
Well, sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say fair dues. I mean, what a strike. We know his capabilities. Leicester point of view, it's very slow to close down. Wilfred Ndidi chased from one player to the other. Should be someone else coming across, and perhaps Harry Winks is to come out and close down better.
Mate has had his own injury problems down through the years, as has Aaron Ramsey, whose wonderful goal has changed the mood at half-time inside the King Power Stadium. And wouldn't you just know it, his last ever goal for Cardiff was also against Leicester. Masal going for goal, and well, it wasn't too far wide, was it? He trying to come up with another wonder strike. It was part shot, part cross, I think, that one.
Yeah, more of a cross. Certainly give them the benefit of the doubt on that one, but Leicester again, another feature of their play, getting bodies in the box. So also that goal from Ramsey is, given renewed heart to Cardiff again, isn't it? They looked a little bit dishevelled after conceding, looked a little bit despondent even at that early juncture, but it's revitalised them again, and Leicester, like I say, got to set themselves. Strong play from Bowler again.
Forward to Mate, takes it in his stride, running away from Fass, picking out Ramsey, was arriving. Brilliant block by Fass, who's down injured at the moment, and they're carrying on. What a save that was, Hermansen. And Leicester looking a little bit disjointed at the start of this second half, and Cardiff might have gone ahead there.
Yeah, that is a problem for Leicester. I'm not quite sure how they're going to remedy the nature of how they play. They've got a body down on the floor here in in Cardiff's half, actually, as Bowler waits to take the corner. Is it Dewsbury Hall? I think it is.
Ricardo. This is Doyle. And this is Winks. Can they spring from here? Iheanacho goes through the centre. Mavididi coming really central now. Played out to Dewsbury Hall. And Doyle. Oh, it almost squirmed under the goalkeeper. Callum Doyle nearly had his first goal for Leicester City.
Well, that would have been a goal and a style of football that Maresca would have condoned. I mean, it was pretty tight, nail-biting stuff, playing around in their own penalty box, and you feared the worst outcome.
Dewsbury Hall to take the corner. And Didi trying to find a bit of space, but he's being prevented from doing so at the moment. Header away's not a great one, and Winks with the shot. Dewsbury Hall again. Doyle has already had one effort at goal, and he goes for another one. And this again will produce a corner.
He's not shy of a strike or two, is he, Callum Doyle? Fancies his chances. Like to see that. Confidence in himself.
Grant free on the near side. Grant going for goal. It was an optimistic effort from him.
It was optimistic, cheeky. Cuts inside. He tried to catch a Manson. Leicester goalkeeper unawares there, because the expected strike would have been the far post, trying to dip it or even fire it there with pace. Up front, ahead of him there, because there isn't sort of a playmaker situation there really at the moment. Cassidy may well prove to be that. Dewsbury Hall to a degree, but
Mate going through the centre. Chance for 2-1. Oh, he scuffed it. What a wonderful opportunity for Yaku Mate and Cardiff City. And he's still mourning the missed opportunity on the ground as Leicester try and get one themselves.
There again, you see a problem I've mentioned prior to the game and previous weeks.
Ricardo. Winks. Dewsbury Hall importantly kept it, gets the shot away. It might break here, and that should be a penalty, will it not? No, if the goal has been scored anyway. And Cassidy becomes the second player to bag his first goal for Leicester City Football Club. On his debut, a second half substitute, the Italian has scored in stoppage time. And Leicester may just have continued this wonderful start to the season with a fourth successive victory, thanks to Cassidy.
Oh, such a fine line between failure and success. And have a double look there. A few little incidents of interest. Dewsbury Hall fakes inside, nearly gets the ball pinched off and scuffs the shot. Ball ricochets to Vardy. Is it a penalty or not? I glanced at the referee, he dismissed it. I had to have a double take. I didn't realise the ball had gone in the back of the net until I had a second look. Cassidy, ball finding his way to his feet, tucks it away neatly. Wild celebrations from the debutant. What a moment for Leicester City.
But Cassidy thankfully wasn't looking at the referee, he was looking at the ball. And Leicester are ahead again. And they have a free kick to just wind down the clock a little bit more. Silly from Romeo. Well, they're happy now, they're relieved now. Not sure it's going to be enough to put them top of the table. Depends what happens to Ipswich in their game at Queen's Park Rangers, but I'm not going to worry about being top of the table just yet. And there could be a big moment here because the referee is reaching for his book, and it's a second yellow card. And I think it's Marlon Romeo who will make the long walk off the pitch. And it's all gone to pot a little bit from a Cardiff City point of view. They've conceded in stoppage time and they've picked up a red card also. And their race is nearly run. Now or never from a Cardiff point of view. Towards Simpson, who tries to get the flick on. Back to O'Dowda. Fast with the head. And the shot will come in, but it was Colin Grant who had the effort. It was, Collins who had the effort. And just possession will do now for Leicester City. Although the fans want another goal, I think the corner flag again is the target. Nearly there, Leicester City. 2 goals either side of half-time. The full-time whistle blows and Leicester City have made club history. A 4th successive victory in all competitions at the start of a new season. Hasn't been done before. And maybe a new start in the making. The manager will be delighted that 2 of the new faces, particularly Cesare Cashade, has scored in stoppage time. Neat play from him after Vardy had gone down. There appeals for a penalty, but he was on hand to put it into the back of the net. There was also a wonderful moment in the first half for Marcel, who scored his first goal also for Leicester. Cardiff in between times scored a remarkable goal themselves from Aaron Ramsey just before half-time. But in the end, Leicester prevailed and Leicester continue their 100% record this season. Full-time, Leicester City 2, Cardiff City 1.